morning. We have a really special morning today, as you can see behind me. But we'd like to start by welcoming the Guilmette Elementary School Chorus. They're going to lead us in the national anthem. We have a flag right there. So if you're looking for the flag, it's right there. So we're going to turn it over to them, and then Miss Larco will start us for our ceremony.
I'm Melissa Larco, principal of the Guilmette Middle School, as many of you know. Welcome and thank you for being here today for the unveiling of the Guilmette Complex Mural and Mosaic Project. This project was mainly funded with a STARS grant from the Massachusetts Cultural Council. With us here today representing this organization is Mr. Eric Holmgren. Welcome, Mr. Holmgren, and thank you so very much. He's over here in the blue blazer. Thanks. There are so many people to thank for their work on this project. Our custodial crew, maybe you saw them out here pretty much for the last few days, include Eric Pascal, Dimitri Karakoulis, Dave Merlino, Tim Karen, Jordan Gore, and Joe Kafua. They mounted all of these items over the last few days with some scaffolding, heavy equipment, so they did a great job, didn't they? Our two art teachers, Miss Renee Cespedes and Miss Corinne D'Onofrio, worked tirelessly during school and sometimes well into night with their own children. Their can-do attitudes and kid-friendly natures are really true assets to us. Thank you. Thank you. Muralist David Fitcher, who will be more thoroughly introduced in a moment by Miss Butterfield, was a pleasure to work with. He is a true genius with regard to his art, as well as working with our students. He's a faculty emeritus to the Guilmette Complex forevermore. Thank you. Thank you to the dance committee, which was Billy Alves, Irene Collins, Sasha Garcia, Yvonne Rosario, and Christine Thorber. And the fundraising dance we held last Friday made $961. Thanks. And where would we be without the students? You guys are the ones who put your work into this and your heart and soul, and you did such a beautiful job. Thank you for your enthusiasm and great work. So, we're thrilled to have this wonderful mural and these stunning mosaics here at the Guilmette. Vibrant, colorful, and community-based, this mural represents the Merrimack River flowing through the heart of Lawrence. Our students will love its welcoming presence as they enter our corridors, daily inspired to learn and do their best. Thank you. So Lori, Ms. Butterfield is going to introduce the artist.
And I also just wanted to recognize our Deputy Assistant Superintendent, Mary Toomey. Dr. Toomey is here, so I'd like to thank her for that. So David Fitcher has a resume that we could speak about that I would never get right and I would never do justice to, because he has done murals and mosaics not only in Lawrence, not only in the state of Massachusetts, around the country and around the world. He is truly a gifted artist that we are blessed to have come not only this year, but had the experience of working with him last year in another mural project that he led with our students. What I would love to speak about David is the way he comes in and really, really inspires the students that he's working with. Never does he Never does he critique their art. He truly uses their designs. He truly encourages them to be the creator of what you see up here. That is what impresses me most. He walks into classrooms, his rapport with students, the way he befriends you, the way he guides you, and the way that he inspires you to be better artists. That is what impresses me most about Mr. Fitcher. The murals speak for themselves, but they would not be possible without somebody like him. They would not be possible without someone like him leading you guys through this process and empowering you to be the artist that you can be. That is what makes David special. Clearly he's talented. Clearly he can make murals better than with the best of them. But what not everybody can do, and what he does do well, is work within a school environment, become part of the community, and work with the students, staff, and community and parents the way he has. That is what impresses me most about David. That is why we would love to have him come back year after year after year. And that I think that is probably what you, the students, took out of this project, was actually having the experience to work with somebody as talented, but as inspiring and as guiding as David was for you. So Mr. Fitcher, thank you for your art, but thank you more for your friendship. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to turn it over to David so that he can tell you a little bit about how this project came to be, about what this project symbolizes, and sort of the process that we took to get here. Mr. David Fitcher.
Thank you, everybody. It's great to see your faces, and we're blessed with this beautiful day, as we have been for the past few days with the installation. Can everybody hear me? Yeah. I can't tell. It doesn't do anything? Oh, it's just for them? Oh, okay. Then I'll use my best outdoor voice. So I was asked to speak a little bit about how this mural took place and the symbolism in it. In the process, so I'll try to do that as quickly as possible because it's, you know, the images speak for themselves in a lot of ways. But this project kind of got set in motion a number of years ago when the art specialist, Corinne D'Onofrio, sent me an email out of the blue. She had found my name in a book about murals in New England, and there was a mural in Lawrence, and she wanted to do a unit on murals, and she asked me for some ideas about how to do that, and I suggested that she apply for a mural residency grant from the Mass Cultural Council, which had this new funding source called the STARS grants, to do a mural in the school together. And I have always loved I've always loved Lawrence and the students here and doing projects here. One of my very first murals was on the Greater Lawrence Family Health Center on Park Street. And it was while painting that mural that I first got the idea that students and kids would love to do murals because kids were always coming up to me. I was outdoors painting. This is 30 years ago, by the way, you guys. So that just shows you how old I'm getting. And they would say, can we help on the mural? And I'd say, well, you know, this is sort of my mural. I'm not sure I want to have kids working on it. And so I got and there's a teacher here who remembers being a kid then and watching it take place. And so it gave me the idea. So I went to the principal of the Frost School, which was a brand new school just opened. Mr. Benjamin, I think was his name. I don't know if there's anybody here who remembers him. And I said, can we do a mural with your students? And they'll design it, they'll do the drawings, and they'll make it. I'll just guide them. And that was the first mural I did with kids, 1986. And it was such a great experience. We did another one the next year about the poetry of Robert Frost, who was a wonderful poet from Lawrence, and also the Spanish poet Garcia Lorca, and the Chilean poet Pablo Neruda. And we kind of did this great mural there. And this is 30 years ago. So it's, and then a few decades later, we did one on the school up on the Butler School. And then last year I came in and did the one here. So it's been a really wonderful tradition to work with students in Lawrence to do murals. I just want to talk now a little bit about the mural itself. The art specialists, Corinne D'Onofrio and Renee, wherever she is, Cespedes, came up with the idea for the theme. They wanted to do something about the wildlife, the flora and fauna of the Merrimack River. And so I thought that was a great theme. So they helped me develop it, and they worked with their students to do the drawings for it. And if you have a chance, take a look at the drawings on the inside and see if you can figure out how the image ended up in the mural. Because then, after the drawings were done, and we had a lot of help in developing our theme from the watershed, the Merrimack Watershed Association. I don't know if there's, Ms. Shumway is here today, but they are very great caretakers of the Merrimack River. And we developed these drawings, and then I put them together into the design, which you see then was projected onto panels, these panels here, and then also enlarged onto the paper templates that made up the mosaics. So that's the kind of overall process we use. And it's important to remember that Lawrence, why this theme is important, is that Lawrence would not exist if it weren't for the Merrimack River. The very beginning of Lawrence started in the early 1800s with the building of the great dam, the Great Stone Dam, which everybody here knows is depicted up there on the top left side. And that dam was one of the wonders of the world. Created a 30-foot drop of water, and that powered the mills, the largest textile mills in the entire world, for a number of years. And today it's something beautiful to look at, and it's a symbol of our heritage, but it still continues to be part of this beautiful watershed, river watershed, with the return of a lot of wildlife. Do you know when back in those days the bald eagle had been sort of driven out of this area, and now it's returned, and you can see bald eagles. You can see peregrine falcons who nest in the clock tower, the air mill clock tower. You can see kestrels that make their homes in the brickwork of the old mill buildings. You can see the herring coming up the river. I believe the sturgeon, which is up at the top, which is an important fish for the Merrimack River, is returned as well. So the river has made this great revival, and this mural sort of documents and tells the story of that, and I think that's very important. Finally, I just want to go in terms of the process. We created the mosaics. Half of them were created by the elementary school kids, the fourth graders, many of whom are here today, and half of them were created by the middle school kids. And if you want to see how they were done, the best way is to look at this guy's documentary, right, which is on YouTube, and it kind of shows the creation of the mosaics back in March, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. It's a great video and really shows the whole process, except for the actual installation and all that. So that is the sort of process and some of the symbols. I want to just briefly go over a few other images. One of the main images, and it really came because we had a great drawing by one of the, is he a 7th grader, Kenny Larco, of the City Hall there? Kenny Lara. He did this great drawing of the City Hall, which then made that, want to use that as a major part of it. And the City Hall is interesting because it has this great golden bald eagle at the top that was hand carved over probably about 100 years ago, I guess. I don't know how it's survived all those years. But it kind of connects the history of the city, the structure of our city with the wildlife, because the American bald eagle is also returned to Lawrence. Finally, I just want to go over a few thank yous, which you're probably going to hear over and over. First and foremost, I want to thank the 2 art specialists who spearheaded this project. Without them, I could not have done it, and they wrote the grants that helped to raise the funds for this project. They conceptualized it. They came up with the ideas for what the mural would be about. They also worked with the students to do the drawings before I even came. Or actually, I guess I did some presentations. But and then they supported us throughout the actual making of it and burned the midnight oil when we had to grout and things like that. So their great efforts have paid off, and I think the students, I think you guys, let's give them all a big hand, students. So the other, some of the other people I want to thank are Dimitri, and I'm going to botch his great name, but it's sort of like Gorgeous. Yeah, he told me it was Gorgeous, but I don't think that. And the other staff, Eric and Joe and another guy, David, I don't know if those guys are here, but they spent 3 days putting these up, and it wasn't easy. It was a lot of work, but they're permanently installed and very well installed too, I must say, because I've observed a lot of them over the years that were less than well installed. So I think I'd like to thank them. I want to thank, thank you. I want to thank the two principals for the middle school and the elementary school who supported the project, not knowing exactly what would happen, which is taking a big chance to do something that's going to be permanently part of the school environment. And so I think their efforts and their support have been phenomenal on this project. And then all the staff of both schools who kind of helped out to make sure the kids got there to help work on the murals. I want to thank the Mass Cultural Council for funding, the Lawrence Community Cultural Council. I don't know if there's somebody here from them today who also supported it. And finally, I want to thank most of all the incredible students at Guilmette Middle and Elementary Schools. You guys, first of all, I'm incredibly proud of your work and your efforts. We did a lot in a very short period of time. I'm impressed and proud of your skills and your creative juices, so to speak. And I hope that you will continue to develop that part as your intellects grow and your minds expand and you become these incredible people. I hope you continue to nourish your creative juices and understand that everything takes a lot of work, but it can also be fun at the same time, and it can be really a great way to. One of the students has asked me if I'd ever been bored, and I said, I have never been bored in my life. I don't think I can say that. I think I can say that honestly. And it's because I always let my creative juices kind of find ways to activate myself. And so I think you guys can do that, and I think most of you do that and are learning how to do that, so that you're never bored in your life. So I guess I'm going to thank you, say goodbye, and hopefully we'll see you again.
Let's give him a huge round of applause, guys. I'd like to invite up Ms. Cespedes and Ms. D'Onofrio so that they could say a few words, and then we have a few students who want to speak as well.
All right, I just noticed Carolyn Shumway from the Merrimack River Watershed. Could we give her a round of applause? It's a great organization that represents the Merrimack River, and that's where we got so much of our information. So thank you, Carolyn.
Thank you. So happy to go out there.
Yes, thank you. I guess my biggest joy is partnership, and I started with my partner right here to make this project possible. This wouldn't happen if one person said, oh, I think I'll put a mural up on the Guilmette School. It's a partnership. It started with us. We were inspired by David. I'm so inspired. I want a jacket just like his. I love that, David. and then just seeing the principals who support the arts in every possible way, because every time we had a request to pull this off, they were right there to help us make it work. So the principals, the custodial staff, all partnerships. So thank you to everybody that has helped out on this.
I want to say a big thank you to the students as well. You guys were amazing. Anything we asked you to do, you know, you did it willingly, and you were just so excited about the whole project. We couldn't wait to see it all up there. And I had so many students saying, I want to work on it, I want to work on it. And it was just so nice to have such excitement about the arts. Yeah, give yourselves a round of applause. I would also love for you guys to raise your hands and hold them up high and really hold them up and show us who worked on this mural. Yeah. Isn't that, look around, look around. Woo! Look at the mosaics. Isn't this amazing? I'm so, so happy and proud of you guys. You don't even understand. And the last thing I just wanted to say is, this whole project also made me more aware. I was born and raised in Lawrence, and I actually had an argument with Mr. Fichter that I didn't believe that there were great blue herons in our river. And we honestly argued about it. And then as I'm sitting on the Central Bridge, waiting at a red light, sitting in traffic, there goes a great blue heron flying over my car, and I was like, he wasn't lying. He was so serious. And so it really made me look around at our environment and see, you know, all the beautiful animals, birds, and hopefully I'll get to see some turtles and the salamander. And I hope it turns your eyes on to all these amazing wildlife, birds, and flowers that that you guys have in your environment as well. And that's about it. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, we can. Oh, sure. So there is one elementary school student. Caitlin is going to speak a little bit about her experience in participating in the mural process.
We have really liked painting because you have to use your skills for a mental process, and it's very hard to try to keep permanent paint off your clothing. This experience was very amazing for both me and Dialis, and we really appreciate all the things that David has done for all of us, and I hope that he has a great time as well as we all did. Everyone will now see how much effort all and every one of us have put into this mosaic and mural.
Awesome. Awesome job. And then does Renee have a student?
I'd like to introduce Jordan Duran. He is a 6th grade student, and we also have Kiara De Jesus, who's a 7th grade student, and they both took part in the painting of the mural, and so they're going to speak. There you go.
Hello, my name is Jordan, and behind me is the mural that a lot of students worked on, very hard on. Some of us went to paint with no experience with acrylics at all, and left the mural beautiful and knowing how to blend, add detail, and prime. We even learned what a mosaic was. Most of the students worked on them. We learned how to tell which colors go together. It was all thanks to David Fichter. He showed us that messing up was okay, he mentored and guided us the whole way.
Hi, I'm Kiara, and working on the mural was a great experience. We learned how to combine everything we see in our community all in one painting, representing our school and the Merrimack River. We painted many things such as the Central Bridge, mill buildings, and we also included people from different cultures. We would like to thank Dave for dedicating his time and hard work into this painting.
Okay, we're going to ask Eric Holmgren to come up and say a few words on behalf of the funder of the project.
Hi, I'm from the Massachusetts Cultural Council. So the state of Massachusetts has this office that the sole purpose is to provide money so you all can make art. And so we're really lucky to have done our little role in just giving you a space. I get to travel all around Massachusetts and listen to music and see art and see things happen. And everywhere I go, I'm always blown away by the fact that when you give an excellent artist an opportunity to work with kids, you do things that you just would never believe. So when I pulled up this morning, I was tired and I was drinking coffee, and it's not my last day of school. I have to work all summer. But I came in here and I looked up and I saw this, and again I was blown away. And these are the stories that we bring home and that we tell all over the state of Massachusetts. So thanks for being great artists and making this public and making it outdoors and having the space to create something beautiful.
And I'd like to give Carrie Lee from the Watershed an opportunity to talk about her organization and how they supported this project as well.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Some of you, we had a river arts program at the Greater Lawrence Community Boathouse last summer. It's really important for all of us to love this river, and this river is an amazing river because of the people around it and because of all the wildlife that live and depend on this river. And I'm so thrilled that the Merrimack River Watershed Council was able to work with Corinne and David to provide the materials to help you guys do this, and I hope you continue to stay engaged. We've got programs for middle school kids for river arts and for kids that want to get engaged in science, and we really want to get you guys to just enjoy and love this river. So thank you so much.
And first of all, kids, you are a phenomenal audience. Give yourselves a round of applause. I'd like to have Dr. Toomey come up and speak on behalf of the district, our Deputy Assistant Superintendent.
Thank you very much, Ms. Butterfield. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy last day of school. My name is Mary Toomey, and I'm the Deputy Assistant Superintendent. On behalf of Jeff Riley, our superintendent, I want to thank everybody that had anything to do with this amazing project. One of the things that we've done in our district this year, and they've done so well here at Guilmette Elementary and Guilmette Middle, is that we have added time. More time for students and teachers to get their work done. And it's not just about more time for math, although we hope you did a little of that. But the real emphasis, and I know Mr. Riley feels this very strongly, is that we need to increase time for opportunities for our kids, especially in the arts. And the fact that you all did this is a testament to the amount of commitment that your principals and your teachers have given to embracing more time for you to get those things done. We are so proud of you, and this is something that is going to live on. Thank you very much.
So in closing, I would just like to have David, Corinne, or Miss D and Miss Espadis come up, please. The real heroes along with you. And we would just like to give you a little something just to express a very small token to express our very large amount of gratitude for this project. We could not be more proud. Students, what do we think? Can we give them like a standing ovation?
Take a group hug. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. I just knocked him out with my watch. Okay. Boys and girls, that concludes our ceremony. Just know forever and ever and ever and ever, you have left a mark, literally, on our school that always will represent you. That's pretty special.